Today we'll be talking about the world culture's rap. Sit down, buckle up, don't forget the strap. We've covered many units throughout the year. Many have finished without a cheer. The fall of Rome was all about the church. So as we go on, we see a large search. The Protestant religion was the best decision. With the Catholic Church, there was a large division. Learning about world cultures can be fun. Watch out, cause our rap is number one. Rapping all this ain't so easy, but it's alright, cause we're all steezy. You should be excited cause we're about to start. Take note, cause this rap is a work of art.
It all started with the great Roman Empire that fell in 476 with a big fire. This created a period filled with tears. It was called the Middle Ages and it lasted many years. The power switched to the Roman Catholic Church. Governed by the Pope, everyone was on the search for a better afterlife, hoping for heaven, and stay away from hell and keep the blessing. Feudalism made for a terrible life, serfs attached and working for the fief. Sadly, the plague came in 1327. It was devastating and wiped out populations. The church had nothing to say. It just told people to pray. Finally, people saw the church's hex. This was called the Renaissance, and that is what is next.
Renaissance started for many different reasons: prime location, leadership, and independent feelings. Along came the plague, caused massive destruction. This shed light on the church's corruption. Gutenberg came with the brand new press, which revolutionized the printing process. Individualism, secularism, skepticism, humanism. We see these thoughts in many art pieces. Religion in the paintings soon decreases, but skepticism and humanism also increases. Because of this, we see the trends in art. Halos in orthogonal lines begin to start. Machiavelli of 1469 in Prince Handbook was quite divine. This book outlines the dictator guidelines. Although we didn't know it, it could have affected mankind. Now on to Ollie, who will talk about Reformation. He raps really fast, so look at the translation.
As you can see, religion is important. It played a part in all this discordant. Mixing of ideas and information, Rome all the way back to exploration. Many people throughout history worked to solve problems that were quite the mystery. Now we go back to the next unit to carry on the way we do it.
The Reformation was caused by many different people. Hudson Wycliffe didn't make it peaceful. Martin Luther realized there was horrible corruption. He went to Wittenberg, imposed a public interruption. 95 Theses had a fast effect. Soon without notice came a lot of respect. People put them out like their own project. Many people saw such as incorrect. Even though he had a bad do, he had morals. A guy named John Tetzel started quarrels. He wanted money for his big fancy church, so he went out on this long intense search. This is why he didn't have many friends. He went to the port to steal all their bends. The Reformation did a lot for religion. Europe was not united by Luther's decision. Although it started in 1517, the Gutenberg press revolutionized the scene. That machine did many things for communication. It even helped teach and unite the nation. It all ended in 1685. Now on to exploration, where people should thrive.
After the Renaissance technology grew, ships could change direction. The compass led to Peru. There Atahualpa had quite the forces. Pizarro fought them off with many horses. First was Columbus to the New World. Traveling the sea, he nearly hurled. He taught the people the holy book and brought back gold for the looks. This was called the Columbian Exchange. It gave Europe a great range of things to grow, to plant and farm, but brought some diseases to raise alarm. Over the route of the triangular trade, slaves were traded to help and aid. Sent to the Americas to work for the colonists, they were treated awful, knocked unconscious. All of these countries needed slaves to mine for gold in the caves. The Spanish and Portuguese were without a hitch, down in South America trying to be rich, while Britain, France, and the Dutch were higher, thinking of crops to aspire. It all turned out that crops paid off, and France made money, so no one did scoff.
The War of the Three Henrys was between the Bourbon, the Guise, and the Valois. France exploded into a major civil war. Catholics versus Huguenots caused a giant uproar. Medici married off her daughter Henry of Navarre, and this started off St. Bartholomew massacre. The reign of Henry IV began to diffuse religious tension with the Edict of Nantes and his open succession. After that, Louis XIV began his rule, but when he was young, he was beside Richelieu. Because of the frauds, he was a nobles were cruel, and because of that, didn't want to be made a fool. So he moved into Versailles to keep him under his eye. I am the state, and the state is I. Because of these events in the country's history, France became an absolute monarchy.
As you can see, religion is important. It played a part in all this discordant. In mixing of ideas and information, Rome all the way back to exploration. Many people throughout history worked to solve problems that were quite the mystery. Now we'll go back to the next unit and carry on with the way we do it.
Russia, a country little contact to the West, small knowledge and information about their success. They soon would become powerful and comparable after the reign of Ivan the Terrible. Ivan's young age and childhood caused him to be hostile towards boyars and make them pay dues. He had a great obsession with Westernization, as the grand embassy and new innovations such as advancements in science, literature, and art. paved the way for new leadership, which sure was a start. After him came a princess named Catherine the Great, killed her husband so she could rule the state, was a czar to acquire a warm water port, which then in favor won the people's support. Because of these actions of these Russian rulers, Russian history is important and has many views. Now on to England and its history. Religion played a key part, as you can see.
As you can see, religion is important. It played a part in all of this discordant. The mixing of ideas and information roam all the way back to exploration. Many people throughout history worked to solve problems that were quite the mystery. Now we'll go back to the next unit and carry on with the way we do it.
The War of the Roses took 100 years. The Lancasters and York shed many tears. England didn't start as a Protestant nation. Henry changed that to provoke new creation. Although they didn't know it, he was ripping them off. He treated them like pigs with their own little trough. The Magna Carta was established in 1215, put restrictions on the king so they weren't too extreme. These days we see this like checks and balances. This in the Magna Carta solved many challenges. Mary the First got the nickname Bloody Mary, executes 280 even though not too scary. Next came Elizabeth, who was very manly. She spat and slapped, and her army was dandy. The Babington plot was formed to kill her. There was a kink in the plan, so it didn't occur. The Glorious Revolution of 1688, English Parliament overthrew, which saved some heartache. Now they became a constitutional monarchy. No one else was, but they did it properly. Many other people had a large impact, but they weren't important as a matter of fact. Now onto the scientific revolution. During this time, they made many solutions.
Guided by their minds, not hearts, scientific revolution has many parts. Newton with his many laws of motion, there definitely was a lot of commotion. Then Bacon comes with the scientific method. Thoughts and theories were clearly represented. Later comes Jenner with an effective vaccine. It was much better than anyone else had seen. These theories were later edited and revised. Some interpretations were even chastised. Many new questions were being asked, and new ideas were popping up fast. Locke versus Hobbes, two men with similar jobs, assumed different intentions, but one thing they agreed on was their mutual tensions.
As you can see, religion is important. It played a part in all this discordant. The mixing of ideas and information roam all the way back to exploration. Many people throughout history worked to solve problems that were quite the mystery. Now we'll go back to the next unit and carry on with the way we do it.
See, this was all significant. Because of it, things are magnificent. Without Martin Luther or Francis Bacon, we would be quite mistaken. Our times have been crafted by these, and the way we are the way we are because they traveled the seas. Now that's the end of the world culture's rap. We've done so much, we've made a map. I hope you heard it. It's been fun. Our rap will be #1.